So it's Christmas time again, but in December, there's also another festival that we Chinese use to celebrate. So in Malaysia, I used to celebrate this, and it is called Winter Solstice Festival. It usually falls in December, and this year it's going to be on the 21st of December. So a lot of us Chinese, we prepare glutinous rice balls, or also known as Kuih. So this is what I'm going to teach you how to prepare today. And glutinous rice balls are also known as Tong in Cantonese, and if you say it differently, it also means family union, which is Yuen. So people usually have it for wedding or birthdays even. I love to prepare this with my family, and we usually prepare it one night before. We put it into the fridge and then cook it the next day. It's a kind of dessert, so it's very sweet. You can add some ginger to it to add some spiciness, but I like it sweet, so it's really up to you. Enough of talking. I think we need to check out the ingredients because this recipe has been requested so many times, and now you're gonna get it. So let's see the ingredients. There's so many ways to prepare kuih, and I want to show you the traditional one, which is just very plain, and another one with black sesame seeds. So to create the paste of the black sesame seeds, you will need the black sesame seeds, some butter, nuts of any kind. You can use walnut, peanuts. Here I'm using some cashew nuts, and sugar. As for the dough, we of course need glutinous rice flour, and just add water into it to create the dough. You can add some coloring. The normal color that we use is always red, and for this recipe I'm also going to use a bit of yellow. You can use colors of any type. And for the soup, we need some water, sugar, and when you cook Malaysian dessert or Asian desserts normally, you can never run away from pandan leaves. So I have here 2 pandan leaves which I have tied into a knot. We'll first begin with preparing the paste. So very simple. Add the black sesame seeds here. I'm just toasting the sesame seeds until there is a very faint nutty smell. So that's when we know that our sesame seeds are ready. So this has been going on about 2 minutes. And then we'll just transfer this into a blender. The next thing that we'll toast here are these nuts. Just like the sesame seeds, once these nuts are ready, you'll also smell a very faint nutty smell, and that's when you can just move it out. So I crushed the cashew nuts using a rolling pin because my blender isn't that powerful. And of course, sugar. All we're going to do now is just to blend this. If you love dessert with black sesame, this is a perfect one. I'm just going to transfer this into a bowl here. And then I'm going to add the butter into this blended ingredients. Just make sure that everything is evenly mixed, because you wouldn't want to bite onto a piece of butter, and that wouldn't be nice. All I'm doing now is just to prepare the fillings, so I'm just going to make them into little balls here, and then we'll move on with the dough. So I've made the paste into very little balls. Here I have about 20 balls, and then we're going to move over to make the soup. So I just add some water here to prepare the sweet soup, and of course you just need some sugar. It really depends on how sweet you want it to be. Do not forget your pandan leaves. And we're going to leave this to boil now. Meanwhile, we'll move over to preparing the dough. I'm going to transfer the flour into a bigger bowl, and then I'm going to add water to this. Now it's creating a very nice dough here. So I'm just going to use my hand to knead this. There you go. I have a very moist dough here, so we can work on to making the glutinous rice balls now. Carefully, I'm just going to divide this dough into 3. Using a toothpick, I'm just going to add some color, and I'm just going to roll this, knead this until the color is evenly spread. So it usually gets into a very nice pink shade. So now that we have a nice shade of pink here, we're just going to move on to create the yellow color dough. So very quickly, I'm just going to knead this until the color is evenly spreaded, and this yellow color dough will be the one for the sesame seeds, the black sesame seeds. Now that I have doughs of 3 different colors, I can now start molding them into little balls. Really depends on how big you want the balls to be. Finally, the plain glutinous rice balls or kuih is ready, and now we're just going to make the ones with the fillings. You wouldn't want the skin to be too thin as well, or else it will break. As for this one here, I have a whole plate of the plain glutinous rice balls and of course those with the fillings. So you do not need to eat everything in one go. Of course, you can put this into the fridge, but before you do that, you might just want to take another layer of plastic or glad wrap. Just put it over, because this will harden overnight, especially in the fridge. It gets very dry and then it starts to crack, so that is what we do not want. So remember, before you put it into the fridge, just put another layer of plastic and then you're just good to go. So you can leave this for about a few days, 3 to 4 days, nothing longer than that. So try to finish this as soon as possible, or else put this into the freezer. You can keep this really long. Now that the syrup is boiling, we can add the glutinous rice balls into the syrup. You can also have them with peanuts if you want. So just crush some peanuts and then add some sugar, so that will be a different kind of feeling. Just cook your glutinous rice balls in this pot of syrup, and then once it floats, then you will know that these glutinous rice balls are all ready to eat. So if you want, of course, at this point of time, you can add a few pieces of ginger to add some spiciness to the syrup, but I like it really sweet, so it really depends on what you like. Kuih is a very simple dessert to prepare. If you can prepare this with your family and friends, it's a very fun activity. I just miss preparing this with my family as well. So remember to try this recipe. Send me photos of your end product. I just love to see them on Facebook, Twitter, or on Google+. Write your comments in the comment section below. And of course, subscribe to my channel, Nyonya Cooking, for more recipes like this. And for those of you who are celebrating the Winter Solstice Festival, happy Winter Solstice Festival. Remember to enjoy your Tong Yuen. Till then, happy cooking! So the idea is that gula melaka